higher level, if you do not start from the low,
roots
from the roots. Let's look at our community levels. Take for instance, elders councils in most of our villages. You cannot see women on any of those councils.
You don't even attend. You don't.
Do you
talk.
understand? I feel like this is actually where most of our problems began from, because now we just see men. No offense, this is not a feminist talk, but you actually just see men probably one proverbial round table. Deciding the fate of everybody, both male and female alike, and there is no representation for women.
Okay.
So we're looking at from the roots. This is actually where it all starts from, our community level. If on our councils, our elder councils, we cannot have female representation there, how much more at the upper level?
Okay. I actually have a lot to say, but Stargate has been warming up.
Yeah. So really, I really was looking at it at that level of feminism, because some people might come up with that with that idea or ideology. Like, I mean, so ladies or be women, we should not be found in that position and all. But no, there should be room for women to actually come up to be outspoken. All right. So if we even have this kind of opportunity to really talk about ladies or talk about women in the political field, like in running some positions, it's not a bad idea, because we really I don't want to sound like yes, really what a man can do, a woman too can actually do, yes, really, but not the other side, because really let's not push it. Okay.
Yeah.
Really, we know what the truth is, though.
Yes, really, because I think there's some positions that we can actually handle, like when we talk about management, when we talk about some management situation, like when a woman wants to like handle a monetary aspect or monetary angle and all that, a woman can actually do that as well, right? So it should not just be like the man, or a man should be in that position. Once upon a time, I'd forgotten, specifically the year, but we know that a lady actually ran for presidency in Nigeria, right?
Yeah,
even the last election.
Okay, very interesting. And I don't know that particular.
She got one vote.
Yeah, that's what
there was no support.
So do you understand? She was the one that voted.
No.
Was she the one? Or it was one vote. I don't know if she was the one that
from
voted.
A woman, so
She voted, yeah, really.
Okay, and then there was the case of Ezekwesili, the last one.
The last
time.
election.
And she had to pull out
The big question is, what was really the problem? Like, why can't we like see that side of women coming into position?
I think one of you should look at the fact that the same way, in as much as we're pushing for women to get included in all of this, women are not supporting themselves as well. So if you cannot support yourself, is it now your male counterpart that you want to come and support you?
I love the twist that Jojo brought into the conversation. Apart from women not even supporting themselves, we've not seen that much of interest from women. Because if you look at so many political parties during the last election, they gave women forms for free when they were paying millions to get this form, to obtain this form.
That's to encourage them.
You know, apart from that, I feel like one of the reasons they didn't actually jump at that, because Nigeria is actually it's a traditional country, yeah. Now it's looked at with this eye of a patriarch one. So now they feel like, okay, even if you're giving us this stuff for free, if we do come out to actually contest, at the end of the day, we already know that this is what is going to happen.
Exactly. So I think you just brought out a point right now. You're talking about culture, like our kind of culture, right?
Like
over here, what we practice really in this place, because yes, if you want to say, okay, you're giving out free slots for women to come into position, like see people that are ready to vote them or support them towards
but
this.
There's something, you were talking about the technical know-how in a political terrain. There's this thing, so many people vie for certain positions for certain reasons and different reasons, and then one of the technical know-how so many people adopt in getting noticed or getting juicy appointment from this part of the world or from this climate is, okay, you come contest, you be known. Maybe if they see the kind of influence you're having, maybe you step aside.
Are you alleging that females now are actually like we just want to be known?
What I'm saying is that
that's what you're implying.
Like you're saying.
Let me land.
Aeroplane.
I'm in the air. Let me land. So what we're saying is that, when you said at the end of the day, women already knew this to be the custom or to be culture around here. So sometimes they get discouraged. If I pick this form, at the end of the day, what happens?
I mean, we saw it in the last election.
So what I'm trying to say is, I think we need to see more of women coming to pick this form, even if it's just for the clouds. So that at the end of the day, this woman came for this thing, this woman came for this thing. It will not be nice if you, boy.
See, I just feel like we should not waste our time.
No.
Again,
Apart from that,
just
you know,
say-
wait, you know,
Elvis, I think I understand your idea.
Yes.
But let me come in with this other aspect. You know, it's not just any kind of woman or lady jump into the scene and come to say you want to lead people, lead a nation, and so on. But I think influence matter actually. I think you should be able to have a whole lot of potentials. Let us see what you can do. Let us see. I don't think it's even ideal for a lady or a woman to just jump into the scene and to say you want to come and be a leader without having something to show for like the positive impact you've actually made in your little community,
Exactly.
your society, or the influence you have on
The
something.
people need to know you first.
Yes, we need to know you first.
From the grassroots.
Who heard this and who has gotten this information, or who knows that once upon a time Kanye West, like in America, he was actually saying, I don't know if he's actually taking that decision right now, that he was going to run for presidency in 2020. That's this year. I don't know if he's actually pushing forward to it. Now the question people were actually saying was like, oh really? So Kim Kardashian's going to be the first lady of the United States? Like she's going to, and definitely she's going to. If Kanye is really going to run for this position, I trust and I bet that people are still going to vote him in. And people are going to see, even if people are going to look at that aspect, like I mean, Kim is always running naked on pictures, and she's always having some stupid pictures. People are still going to vote her in to that position. Why? Because she already has influence, and somewhat she's already being supportive somewhere in other places and all that. And her family, they're already known to be influential family. They're already known to always help people and all that. So they are going to have to get voted or support from people, from citizens over there. Friends.
You know, we're really trying to understand you, trying to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a point.
See, wait,
A point.
I have
point.
a problem. I have a problem with him saying women should just pick forms for clout.
Do you understand? You're making it sound
Do
like
you
you
know
just
why?
pick it so their names will just
No,
be there when this person picked the form.
Do you
Is it to
know why?
get noticed?
Do you know why I said that?
Why?
Look at so many appointments that have been made in this country. They started by contesting for position. They lost at the end of the day. They compensated.
Okay, hold on.
Party level.
Hold
wow.
up. Okay, so you were saying, it's just like a contest. You're actually undermining the women, and I am not going to take it.
Actually, I'm not standing for it.
No, I'm not undermining the women.
You make it seem as though
I'm
we're
not
only
undermining the
picking
women.
these forms so we get
No,
noticed.
I'm
This
not-
this actually goes back to the point.
But
where
that's
when
where
I
your
said
No, I didn't say
patriarchal
so.
system,
I said
patriarchal
I didn't say
system.
so. I
It will
said
be okay.
I said they should do that. I'm not saying they have been
See,
doing that.
intentional.
Okay.
Women are very intentional.
Fine.
Builders.
Fine. Put your mind to do
So
Let's-
I will not just pick a form to waste my time.
Fine.
Exactly.
Let's look at
It's
this.
not
Wait,
about-
calm down. Let's look at it from this. Let's look at it from this perspective.
Please, we're looking at it. Sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If that is the case,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, we've been talking about women inclusion regarding appointments. How much of them pick forms to contest and they did not win?
I made mention of something for in the past. We've actually seen women that have actually come forward.
Yes.
How many?
I said something about the kind of system we run here in
to
Nigeria.
be fair, the percentage of women in governance by appointment are bigger than the number of women that want to get into governance by election.
But do you know, it all boils down
do you
to
know- but
reorientation. Like
This
you
thing,
said
this thing,
earlier.
no, but this thing you just said now,
Yeah.
where you said they should just pick this stuff. Most of them that have been given appointments were given as should I say as
Not women, like generally political appointment in this country. She already
You
confirmed
said
that.
something
Yeah.
about compensation.
Yes.
You said something about compensation.
Compensation
So
for
it's
it.
now like, okay, so if and I know it's not like women are thinking I know I cannot get this particular position, but let me just
So
go out there
then-
because
so
I
they'll
know they'll
give
still
me that.
compensate me for
That's-
this and I lose.
that's-
That's
But
what
not
it
the
sounds like you're
intention.
saying.
That's not the intention. Because if I want to be president, I want to
Yeah.
be president because I have a dream in my heart for the nation. So you don't tell me that, okay, your dream is to become minister, but in order for you to be noticed, pick a form. That is what you
That's
said.
exactly what you said.
Okay, fine.
I'm trying to paraphrase what you said and make
Now,
you understand
at the
it a
end
lot
of the
more.
day, now I said, judging by what we've seen in the past, by antecedents, the percentage
Of
of
females
women
that
are in
contest.
governance by appointment.
You said something, Jojo and M said something about the system, the society being patriarchal. Yeah, and then we all know that according to the traditional Nigerian society, a woman is supposed to be under a man. And for you to be called a responsible woman, you must be married with kids and keeping a family.
Yeah.
And now you know, we said about support for the
Yeah.
woman. It starts from the home. So I want to be this, and my husband is like, if you go out there,
So you
you're
don't
going
want
to
to
be
be-
big and you're going to be big.
So you don't want to put me under you.
Do you understand? And now that is a problem already.
But the thing
because
is, okay,
even
you
your
know what?
family,
in as much as I'm all for women, I feel like to an extent, women are actually, should I say, they've actually flawed the whole system too. Like how do I put it now? The system is kind of flawed.
Can I help you out?
Don't help me out, because I feel like I'm not going to like what you say. No, what I'm saying
definitely
is
not going to like it, because the few women we've tried in the past, they did some terrible things.
I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that organizations that are supposed to be like women oriented now. Most of these organizations we've seen where these are organizations that are supposed to like
what
push,
a man can do, a woman can do better.
They're supposed to push women forward.
I'm
trying to look at things from your side now,
down
sir.
to the corruption practices.
So I'm trying to look at things from your side now. Can you calm down? Please.
Yeah.
Now I understand that we're pushing for women to be included and all of it, yes. But we've seen that even most organizations that are supposed to be women oriented, like they're supposed to push women, they're supposed to push them out, like make them actually do things for it. Most of them have actually should I say laid back and have become more like propaganda tools
they've been politicized. Yeah.
I just want to add something. I hope it doesn't cause another argument.
Okay.
First off, I want to look at the angle where Elvis spoke about. He said something about women not being included.
Okay.
Where you people took it the other way around when he said the first thing is for you to get a form. Actually, for you to be in governance, you need to get a form. That's if it's through election. So I think he's right on that angle. You need to get a form.
It was the way he said it.
Now the second part is this. If you're going to get women inclusion, 30% affirmative action through appointment, it comes back with another question. Are you qualified?
We have
a lot of qualified women.
Of qualified women.
Maybe
we're not just talking educational qualifications.
We start looking at the girl child education issue to start leadership.
I think that's been something that's been like the bone of contention for many conversations over time.
It's an issue.
See, I know there are still situations where we say the females will get married, they don't go to school, but there's still a lot of educated women.
Could it be that the reason why most women are not being given some appointments because they've not found enough women with the qualification above the other people who have also posed or have made interest towards that particular position? But the angle or the fact is woman who is also vying for that very position.
I don't think
if we want to look at it from that angle, we need to go back and then see what the 13% affirmation talks about. Well, irrespective of the qualification or not, you must have to find a way.
Because there should be a gender there.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at? Are we looking at nation building or gender balancing?
We need to actually
gender inclusion.
And
because
you said something about educating the girl child.
Are we looking at the gender first before nation building?
No, we are
so
saying.
That means if we're looking at nation, that means we should look at who is the right person
more
for the
qualified.
job.
The question is, how many of the people do we have right now in certain positions? How many of them are actually qualified?
We have women that are more qualified.
Who pushed them there? Is it not the women that tell the kids, no, young people will not go out to vote if their mothers don't talk? It's not their fathers.
It's okay.
That's why they come for campaign through your mothers.
This is not really about you mentioned. You said something earlier. You said something earlier about educating the girl child
to be leaders.
First, regards to what you just said now, it's actually not a gender thing, because a man can also educate his child on how to go about this. But when we're talking about educating the girl child, it goes way beyond what you get at home, because most of us today, they always tell the girl child, like girls,
they raise the girl to
be somebody's wife.
So what kind of education? Then it goes back to what kind of education do you give your girl child?
See,
and it's not a gender thing. It goes both ways, mothers and fathers.
So everybody is at fault here. But like I said, I made reference to population. We have 49.9% female populace right now. That's about 50%. Not including women in government is population. That is just what it amounts to.
50% of the population.
That's
it's
50%.
it's not being represented.
When all these people come out for political appointment or election, who are the people that vote them? The 49 spread even when there's a woman involved.
True. Because our husbands are contesting as well. And then maybe the political system has a problem. It has a fault.
Not just the political system, it all starts from the home.
Yes. Like I said, I might have an intention, but I have a man over me that says, you can't do this.
Because the girl child has been raised, first of all, to be somebody's wife.
So I will listen to you, and if I do not, I have failed my parents, because I was raised to be your wife. And so I am saying, no, hubby, I want to do this. This is my dream. I'm going to pursue it.
And the moment you do that,
I get to divorce you. And then then I come out and I'm campaigning, and one woman is in the crowd saying
You
she
know,
cannot even keep a home. How much more the country?
Are you trying to say now that there's a problem with our customary laws?
That has
we
to
need
be
a reform.
Yes,
that has
we
to
need
be
a
looked
total
into.
reform. That's what we've been calling for from the beginning of all this.
We're actually talking from the angle of maybe normal citizens in the society. When you get real deep into politics, when you start all those their mafia theory and all, they will still tell you, you and I go for so it's another
maybe the whole process is flawed, and there's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to politics and elections. I think that's why women are more laid back. So we prepared the appointment, but going through the rigorous process of election is where we have issues. But when it comes to actually like going about our normal duties, like how do they call it? The normal dissemination of your duties, women are more empathic. Like women are more how do I put it now? You know, when you put your heart to something, they're more empathic. They know what to do. They're more focused. That's how we're built. We're built that way. So when it comes to actually doing what we're there to do, we're mothers.
Like women like to put their mind to do everything, even if despite the fact that you talked about corruption. I'm not going to say that, but you know the whole thing about women. When they are focused on something, they're focused on it no matter what.
No matter what, regardless.
Okay, so now truly, it's not like we don't have people that have the capacity or ability to do or perform in positions.
The society is just not patronizing.
Now, I was going to talk about corruption. This is where our system should actually deal, like look into the in-depth of it. Now we're still battling the whole thing called corruption in our system right now, and that is why when we called for is it child education or girl child education, it's very important. Yes, we need to. I think most times we've been gone across like educating some girls, like knowing that, letting them know what are their rights in the society, but still it still boils down to the system being corrupt. Yes, we'll have ladies, we'll have women coming out who are qualified exactly to run this position. But now getting to that level, now you talked about allocating, how they call this thing right now, this getting the papers or the forms exactly. Thank you, the forms to take the position.
To
run for a particular election. Now getting there, going through that process, they really get. I think some ladies or some women really get to that level of getting the forms. But now when they reach that position, or when they reach that level of election, yes, exactly, everything. Now it's going to be politicking. That is where we see that our system is really corrupt, because some people don't want to look at them at that level of woman to come and run a particular position. They want to look at it as a man factor, like it's supposed to be a man running that position. So the system is really corrupt. First of all,
the whole thing boils down to the orientation that females have been given from the start.
And I kind of feel like we should support ourselves more. So you're watching
that before. The female is out there, but then there's no woman supporting her.
The irony about this whole stuff is that, okay, judging from the figures and statistics on ground, women constitute the largest chunk of voters or electorate.
Yeah, so that's
but at the end of the day, they don't support themselves like you said.
Yeah.
So they really need to support
themselves.
Women
thing.
No. And then you're watching what's it called now? The elections debate they do, and then I think it was Ezek not go and take care of her family. Why she wasting her time?
Now, apart from that, there was a way she pulled out of the whole elections last time. Out of the slightest provocation, and so many people were like. After even INEC was not okay with the decision that they have already printed her party on the ballot, and then she cannot back out like that. That's like she's wasted the resources, so many things. But like you said, the society is actually built on some certain foundation.
The moment one person tries to cut out of it, then they look at you like you're a rebel.
You're a rebel. Okay, now let's look at when we're talking female education. Now we're thinking we should educate the girl child more to be more intelligent, to be more qualified, to be everything. See, even in schools, according to statistics, female students perform way above. Like I can see. Yeah. I think in my class, back then, the top 5, we only had one
females.
Boy.
Okay, like I mean, we
only had 2
yes,
like literally. Females, we are more intelligent.
We're intelligent, yes.
So we should not even, when we're talking about qualification, we have to be qualified.
Exactly.
But now we should, behind every successful man is a woman.
Yes, definitely. That means,
pillar.
Yes.
That means if you take away the pillar,
he falls.
So if we can make you strong, we too are strong people.
Okay, let's not sound okay.
I mean, the pillar is actually what holds. So if you take the pillar out, That building fall.
Without the pillar, you're just
let's go on.
Without the pillar, you're a caterpillar. Simple.
You know what? This is sounding right now. It sounds like a whole huge debate right now.
It's really interesting.
Yes, it's interesting. Yes,
Yeah,
we get
very,
to
very
explore like
interesting.
this our society, the governmental angle and everything. Really,
You know,
because
there are so many peculiarities when
Yeah.
you're talking about women in politics
Yeah.
from this climb, and then somebody will define African political terrain as a bewitched one to an extent. You know, there are some certain things we've been talking about. We even fail to acknowledge that fact. When, although on a very gross ground,
Yeah.
we've touched on it a bit, but
Yeah.
you see, when a woman goes out, you know, most of these political activities are being handled or being performed at night. A woman goes out and doesn't come back home on time. What does the family say about such woman?
Okay.
It's
No,
another
they
thing
call
that
it, they say
discourages
she's
a woman.
promiscuous.
All right,
Stereotypes.
remember when I talked about Kanye West. Let's take a little twist on celebrity lifestyle right now. Which celebrity, like, would you guys rather would you think or choose to be rather to run for a presidency? Which set of the celebrities? Like, I talked about Kanye West right now, and he was saying he was going to run for 2020 election in the United States. And I was looking at Kim Kardashian. Like, I was like, oh my goodness.
No.
So Kim is going to be like our first lady. Like, what's she going to do? Like,
Actually,
let's talk about.
Did you say our
let's-
first lady?
let's-
When did you
in the United States, like, let's talk Nigeria right now. Let's take it home right now. Let's take it home right now.
Okay.
Which of our celebrities really would you think would rather be prepared to run for a president or be in a president
You know,
position?
when
Let me take her back to her American. You know she's an American. Let me take her back to America.
But I still rep Africa,
No,
man.
but imagine that Kanye is like
Trump is
president,
tweeting you.
and
Yeah.
then he wants to give his acceptance speech.
Yeah.
Hey yo,
Hey,
people,
yo.
I'm
Remember,
But
don't get it
enough.
twisted. You know Kanye has actually changed right now, and he's been
apart from him being
Wave your
changed,
hands, people.
I mean, let's take it to church.
yeah.
apart from him being changed,
Yeah.
almost all US presidents are like that. Barack Obama quotes Jay-Z's lyrics.
Yeah.
When Jay-Z went to Cuba to celebrate his 5th year anniversary, wedding anniversary,
Yeah.
he quoted Jay-Z's song 99 Problems. He said, I've got 99 problems. but
Jay-Z
what's the
in
end?
one.
And then Donald Trump,
Yeah.
he quotes some of their lyrics, and then he was listening to songs that will make his
So
song.
are you
and
saying
all
that Kanye will really fit no matter what? Like, even
Like,
if it's
No,
No,
I'm sure they'll survive.
Okay,
That's all I can say.
let's bring it back to our Africa now. Let's bring it back to Nigeria. Which of the celebrities
You know,
really
when George Weah
Yeah.
won Liberian president,
and why?
I was part of a parliament that asked that question.
Yeah.
And we were looking at so many Nigerian celebrities. We have so many celebrities that qualified for that. People made mention of the Banj. If you look, yes.
Why you?
Why
What
are
do you mean?
Like,
On the Banj.
just for the record,
See, eh?
among all our celebrities,
Yeah.
the Banj is the most corporate entertainer we have in the country, with his affiliation with World Bank, series
Yeah.
of meetings and project upon project and all.
Okay.
What is
Now that
one.
is his
People are-
management.
People are
team.
recently. People are going to say a lot of things, and okay,
Yeah.
I just want to put this. I mean, despite the fact that I'm all for girl power and stuff, and empowering women. I would probably choose maybe Genevieve because
Yeah,
she's
like, I was coming to that.
Can
But-
I say something? If Genevieve
a
becomes
twist right here.
president, she will forget this country. She likes to mind her business, so she don't mind her
Yeah,
business.
truly, that girl is on a low key. Like you
That
cannot
girl.
predict what
I
she's
thought
gonna
that is
do.
not your
Do you understand?
Like I was saying, people
That
call
lady.
woman.
people
That
made
lady.
people mentioned the band,
Yeah.
others mentioned Two-Face,
Yeah.
some mentioned Genevieve you just mentioned.
Two-Face will increase our
But wait.
population by 10.
I was wondering, really, are we not gonna switch it over to talking about African giants right now?
Hey,
Calm down, calm down, calm down.
Are you guys? I mean,
His
listen.
body, his
Are you
body,
guys saying that
his
Bonner
body,
Boy
his
cannot
body.
be the president of
That's
the
not-
We cannot have an African giant inside the giants of Africa.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
Hey.
This person is probably not going to be
Just,
now, so
I mean, his entire body is a screen. He will, like every page,
No.
like every page in
No.
his
But see, no.
Like-
I think
Don't
we have
push
to
it,
come up.
don't push
I
it.
know, in as much as we're looking at the traits, like the characteristics, like everything they really
No.
portray out there. Let's look at their
We are
content.
not-
Let's look at
we are
what
not
they are
done
made of.
with the list.
Now you
We
mentioned
are-
the first
we are not
person.
done with
he's
the
not
list.
done with the list.
We are not done with the
Let
list.
me come there. Elvis, the first person you mentioned was the Banj.
Yeah.
You know, recently we've been all about the rape cases and all that, and he was actually alleged as one person that was involved in
they
rape.
were declared.
So
At the end
now,
of the day,
now
he
you know
was
that.
acquitted.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, he was
Acquitted.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. But you know that when someone is actually going to run a position, like going to one
They check
position,
all of that.
they check all of that, your character and everything. They have to go and open a file, like look at your whether you had a black history or a black book and all that. You have to look at your integrity test and all that. Yeah. So I mean, the kind of personalities or the kind of people we look out for to come and run this kind of position should be people that are qualified, like their character, their integrity should be tested.
We have to make this thing holistic. We're just mentioning actress and musician. How about the footballers and the rest? We need to call them. No, it's
open. Like those are celebrities. Like we're talking about people.
That's what I'm saying. We are not done with the list.
Go on.
Well, you want to mention Victor Osimhen?
Well, you see one thing.
No.
Well, you see one thing. As we are mentioning them,
we have the likes of Omokachi, JJ Okocha, Kanawanko.
Yeah.
There are plenty. Joseph
Remember.
Nigeria is a born.
I'm coming.
That was so salvage. Hello.
Let me give you.
This is not salvage proof.
But on a serious note, though.
No, I don't know the difference. Okay, let me tell you guys. For me, it's not just about big names. Yeah. It's not about your achievements. It's about your content and what you've been able to do.
Actually, I was going to say, I wanted to name somebody.
Let me tell you why I'm going to say Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy has recorded success stories that are not his. He's a clown, yes. Trump is as well.
Let's say Don Jazzy is my cousin.
Wow.
Wow.
He's a clown.
Don Jazzy is my cousin, by the way. I mean,
true.
He's my cousin.
He's a clown, and Rihanna might just be our first lady. But see, he's recorded a lot of success stories. People are like, okay, he makes money off these people, but now he did run it like a business.
It's a business, actually.
He made stars and made money.
He made his money. I mean,
it's a success. So at the end of the day, you know it's not about Don Jazzy, but you hear the name Don Jazzy and you know it's a bro. Don Jazzy is a conglomerate. Like he's a working.
That's our buster.
Do you understand? It's just like saying this is
Thank you.
I like the point that's really what matters. Like when you mention a person, like you have to give us a content, like what the person should, why you should run that position.
When you look at all of those things, apart from that, you know, there's something you cannot take away from politics: sagacity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll set that.
Okay, I think when you were speaking about content here, I think another celebrity that actually comes to mind is Folari.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fal's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
content.
Thank you, sister.
I said the guy.
Thank you, sister.
No,
I
like Fal.
I love Fal.
I'm talking about
Do you know why I have an
content.
issue?
Please tell me why you have an issue.
All our ministers will be sweet boys.
It's having a problem.
Oh, my sense will not kill you, but yes.
Do you know that the new vice president of Sweet Boys Association is Kid Wire?
But you see, we're gonna bring some.
Minister.
Wait, when did they do that election?
Yeah.
Because when they do that appointment or whatever it is that they did.
Well, you see, we're gonna bring.
It's a street cred.
We know we need a re-election.
They just appointed him.
No, it's not happening.
We
don't need a vice president.
No, really. Let's talk about Fowles. Really, I think that guy makes a whole lot of sense. Really, he's very intelligent. If you really watch the whole of Fowles videos or his interviews and all his lyrics, and you know it's all about the lyrical stuff. But now talking about the SBA, the Sweet Boys Association, don't you think that it's going to be a whole lot of fun bringing him to the making him president? But it's coming to be a whole lot of swag.
You said fun. You said fun. Nigeria is a
joke. No, it's not a joke. Nigeria is not a joke.
You don't have to come and be very
Nigeria is not a joke, but then do you understand? You cannot
Yeah.
come and go and kill yourself.
Exactly.
Life is not that serious.
Yes,
You get
exactly.
You need to be
Fine.
calming down sometimes. So you need to be calming down.
No, talking about content.
Yes,
You know, when you're
content.
looking at content, we're talking about a sovereign country, a sovereign entity.
Yeah.
You're looking at content, you have to take it away from entertainment.
Okay.
Then when you know, one thing that long as politics or governance is concerned, economy is key.
Exactly.
Who is that entertainer who has done more business outside entertainment?
Exactly.
That's where the band comes to mind.
Okay.
Corporate
With
entertainer.
Yeah, Coco, whatever, endorsement or
Coco
endorsement.
Gary.
Apart from that, the
Coco
wood, the doors, and cocoa water, several other things. So, economic wise, people were actually rooting for the band. Like, I'm telling you about the parliament I was part of.
Yeah.
They were rooting for the band and Genevieve. And
Somebody shouting over you.
I saw you from the back. Loud the spoil it for
No,
now.
You know when they say Odogu?
Jojo, don't do that because
Odogu.
we allow sentiment come in when OB is being
Okay.
mentioned.
It's not.
Odogu.
That's
Stop shouting Odogu.
we're gonna have different reasons or different views towards whoever we're mentioning right now.
Like
We're
you
still-
said, we need to look at the content
Exactly.
and then
Exactly.
what they can offer
What they can-
outside entertainment, and then how they will be
How many lives they have
how,
thought?
how close they have been to corridors of power.
Like Ima said, we're not
Their
Nigeria is not a
proximity.
joke. We're not here to bring jokes or people to come and make fun or be clowns, like to represent us out there. Like we're talking about first family, where when we
Yeah.
hear first lady, when we hear
Yeah.
president, we should be
Then-
able to represent, like not come and make it a joke and stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. So I'm still
Yeah.
listing more criteria.
Yeah.
You know, look at how their proximity to corridors of powers to see that okay, how much of impact or how much they must have learned from people they have been
Yes,
with,
exactly.
in close contact with, and all of that. Apart from that, you know, like you were saying, we look at their moral uprightness, and we also check out, like you said, their family, and then what command can they bring? Like we were talking about our current president, you were saying there's this aura he has when he appears even among other presidents. They respect our president from outside the country than the way we even respect him from this country.
Sorry, sir. Speak for yourself.
No.
I respect.
Okay,
like
so we've been mentioning a whole lot of men right now. Let's talk about women, ladies. Like we've been talking about ladies running position and all that. The celebrity, which of these women do we
Apart from
can
Genevieve.
actually
Apart from her, because she should have been right for it, but she likes to. I told you, she likes to mind her business. She might just forget.
she might just be
Don't
sleeping
forget
after all.
Nigeria.
See,
So
I'll mention one
So-
name that will be quite.
Controversial.
Even me, shocking me that I'm going to mention the name,
I think I
but
can
it will
guess.
pass.
I can guess.
Yes.
Who?
Is the person yellow?
No, just Funke
Person,
Akindele.
no, I know.
Who has watched the press? How do you call it right? Their Excellency.
But funny enough,
Like
she will do well.
she will do well. I think
Yeah,
so.
excellent.
Funke
I
will do
think
well.
she will
Yeah,
do well because she's really outspoken. And talking about that movie
Actually,
really
yeah.
tells
When you actually look past the fact that she says this like Geneva or boyfriend.
you know, talking about that her accent. Once upon a time, I never knew that.
A lawyer.
Yes. Once upon a time, that was back then.
She's a
Because she
barrister
was so
lawyer.
used, because I'm so used to watching all the movies where she actually has to use that accent. I'm like, can this girl really speak English?
Yeah.
But you need to
Yeah.
hear her when she
Yeah.
speaks
Yeah.
English,
You
really.
know, anybody that comes with the argument, what I tell the person is that have you heard foul spoken?
That's what I'm saying. Fouls, like
fouls
his
is-
English is clean. But
And
then
then
when his
even
head starts
Funke, somebody
touching-
was arguing that with me until she came to receive her award at the last AMVH. And yeah,
Who knows? Who remembers Helen Paul? Do you think she can actually attend to be president?
Nah,
you know, she does.
She probably forgets. She probably forgets
it.
that she's an adult.
Yeah.
And it's actually
Oh
like
my goodness. But she
serious
just
thing.
value- She's a- you know, she's a PhD holder right
She just
now.
sealed this conversation with just
Yeah.
a line.
So she can act
She can
it.
act it.
That's the funny thing. Yeah. It's funny she can
Well,
act
you
it.
know,
I'm
I'm
after.
looking at it on that side of her being very so sound, like educational wise, because she just she's
Just bagged the
recently just bagged
PhD.
the PhD degree, so she's like a PhD holder, and I feel like she sounds very intelligent as well. But the only thing we're going to look at other side of it is like the economy. Like, how is she gonna
See, like we said this thing before.
our economy?
Managing a country goes way beyond educational qualification.
Educational.
She said
And
that,
it
yeah.
goes way beyond managing your own.
As I'm saying this, she might forget that it's an adult affair. And she like to say, my mommy said I should not go there. They just should bang on. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I kind of feel our second Elvis when he said Funke Akindele. You
Okay.
see, Jennifer's Diary right now is a brand.
Yeah.
It's not just a brand,
think
it is
that
a community of persons.
A lot of people can actually
Character.
relate.
Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Roles,
It's a community.
yes.
See, the cast, the
Yeah.
crew. Once you're recruited, once you're on board, you're part of a family. Like everything she does, you see them there. That's to
Yeah.
tell you that she has management skills. See, the hardest
To think that all of this started from one movie that they
Yeah.
decided to make into a series now
yeah.
that she has actually owned.
Yeah.
See, and I'm telling you, like, she does one thing and you see everybody is there. So I kind of feel like the hardest thing to manage, see, people feel is money or a company.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to manage are other people.
Yeah, sure.
And she's been able to do that how many years now? This is over 5 years and counting.
Yeah.
And there are people, part of that cast, that have been there. There was a time she fell out with this yellow lady, the one she was
Toyosi.
actually Toyosi.
I don't know, I can't remember
There
her
was a
name.
fallout they went, they came back together, they reconciled,
Yeah.
and she's still part of the. Like, I think she has this leadership quality that's
Sure.
very
Yes.
outstanding. And to think that she's made Jennifer Zari a brand, and it's
She
something
can
that
actually-
has wagered on. It is not something that individuals are able to do. It is companies. Like we
Yes.
have Papa Jasco now. It was a company that was able to
Yeah.
keep that going for years, because leadership will change, but time after time, you just know that you have to
Yeah.
keep
Wow.
this going.
Yeah.
But as an individual, she's done that. It was produced by Jennifer. Now it has become a company. Do you understand? And then when she got married to her husband,
Yeah, JJC.
same one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they actually married the company and they've kept it going. So I think managerial skills is
Okay.
one thing that you need, and she's been
Yes,
able to
she's-
use
I
that
like
to
actually
make money
good.
off it.
It's
So
getting
I
more
think-
very, very interesting right now. Like May used to say on his main box, who made the news. So today we're talking about who made the presidency list, and then we've been able to find out like the on the male angle and then on the female side. So
Yeah.
what's our final answer like on the male side? Like who do we find out? Is it Fouls or is it the band? Now we've had to 50-50 like Funke and who? Do we we scrapped out
No,
the
it's
Yeah.
Funke. No,
Funke.
Unopposed.
Nice.
it's between Fouls and the band.
We are still being biased to other entertainment sectors.
you-
No, well, we,
You know,
we still
when
mention them.
when
No,
when
just
we
go
on
on. I
it,
want to say something
yeah,
about
when we
football.
on it, somebody said, apart from the moral uprightness, especially with the baby mama saga and all of these
Yeah.
things
Okay, yeah.
that could actually change
Might, yeah.
the image of this. It was now rooting for footballers
Yeah.
who have played, retired, and gone ahead to maybe badge their what do I call it now? Their license
Okay.
to become managers or coaches.
Coaches.
So for a player to know that you are good at defense, you are good at striking, you are good at goalkeeping, we now
Yeah.
make them know how to appoint technocrats into ministries as ministers. They were coming from that angle. So
Yeah.
Actually,
So I want to
that's
talk
a very
about,
good point.
because I was going to talk about Mary Onyanli, yeah.
okay.
Now that's one lady that has taken the sports industry like it's her personal business.
Baby.
You know, there are a lot of times they say we don't pay too much attention to sports. There was a time where they said she had to finance like training for the Olympics with her
Yeah.
money. You know, she's won medals and stuff, and she's like the system did not encourage her.
Yeah.
But now her name is a brand, and so she's putting so much to encourage people. Now that is somebody that is selfless. She's not doing it for gain.
yeah.
Although the posterity will judge her faithful, like she's actually done her part.
Yeah.
So that's another lady. She's very sacrificial. She's selfless, and I think I'll vote for
Yay,
her.
we have two females on here now.
I will.
How about
Sorry. No, not first. Like I just wanted to be sure.
If I lose the election,
no. If you're saying no, then there has to be a reason.
No, we're not saying no. We're
Yeah.
like we said sorry.
No comment.
I will not hear you well.
Oh my
No comment.
goodness.
I
No
know.
comment.
Okay, I know we're not in the years, but
But-
permit me to
but-
plead the fifth.
See,
I want to plead the fifth.
And of her growing up, she's one of these actresses I love so much.
Still do.
she's still
Actually,
good at what
she
she
never
does.
she never disappoints.
Role interpretation 100.
Guy, like
100.
So don't you think that she could act it?
I think if they
Yeah.
wake up in the morning, address the people. If they give her a script,
She'll do it.
role interpretation 100.
You know,
Should do
I'm
it.
sorry, but let's not.
there are some
Nigeria is not a movie.
Can we tell ourselves the truth?
but there are some other names we've actually seen that have held some of those positions like commissioners in their various states.
Yeah, and
we're
the-
not mentioning them, both females and males. that have
Let's
actually done well.
mention
like the
them.
likes of RMD.
The likes of Kate Henshaw.
Yes.
There's
Well,
been
have you seen
Silvano.
have you seen Fourth Republic? Potential, yeah, you should say it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
talking
but
about
maybe-
this,
maybe she should join the
how we
race,
call it right
actually.
now. So just celebrities are really holding some political or some high appointments. I think recently.
Don't know Makachi just go
Yeah.
one from Buhari to. from
Recently,
President
I've
Buhari.
forgotten the position in Edo is now holding. Is it the she's actually running an empowerment for
Yeah,
girl in
Actually,
Akwa
and
Ibom.
Yeah.
Tonto Dike also got an appointment recently
Yes,
too.
yes,
And
yes.
they do not falter. We've not heard people say, I feel they are loved already, so it kind of blinds us to their flaws. Even
Blinds people, though, it's not us.
No, really, it's
Like-
true.
No,
It's
but
true.
I'm saying because if you're going to, speak for yourself.
Well, let's look at it at this other side. It all starts small because we usually talk about this on the Patriots, like how you can actually be very patriotic enough to just run some NGO, some humanitarian services, get notice, and then people start seeing your impact. People start seeing what you're actually doing, like the way you're actually doing things for the betterment of your community, no matter how small the place is. But that is the influence you're actually making there, and then gradually you grow. Like now, currently, how they call her now, Tonto.
Tonto,
That's
yeah.
her brand. That's her for foundation like she's actually running right now. I'm sure that's the same thing Eniodo is actually doing. So I think they start small, they build up their brand, they build up their foundation, and then when they want to come around for this positions, the appointment and everything, don't you think that it starts there? They get noticed, that they get appointed, and we know we talked about this when we were mentioning the position of women or the place of women owning some particular positions in government and all that. So like we want to see the impact, we want to see your influence, we want to see what you've been able to do in the long run. You cannot just come up and just want to be running for one position if we've not seen what you've actually done or the impact you've made. So
I kind of feel whatever the intention, this is what I feel, that a lot of governments that actually just include this person for popularity stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you understand?
100% agreement.
RMD is popular.
Really popular.
He has fans.
Yeah.
If I include him in my government, I have his people on my side.
Yeah.
And it makes you popular and famous. This governor picked this person. Oh, nice one.
He's running an all-inclusive government.
Yes. Do you understand?
Right.
Like there was a time. Okay, now during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was this bill where they said they invited RMD. They invited how many entertainers and celebrities to help plan to come up with a plan to mitigate the coronavirus, the spread of the coronavirus, especially within the entertainment sector.
Yeah.
Now we had their inauguration. It made the news.
Yeah.
And after that, what else? That was the end of it.
Yeah.
We've not heard anything. I think if they said something, if they did something, if that was actually productive. Why our markets open? Why our churches open, but the cinema places are closed?
A lot of people actually come out to protest. That a lot of filmmakers, people in the movie industry, they've come out to protest.
Yes, that's what made it easier, right? About opening of the cinemas, right? Yeah.
So if you can open markets where you see all manner of people come together, as of crowd, that you can open certain places. Why don't you open the cinemas?
Yeah.
That way they can actually control the crowd that goes into any of the
So
halls.
it simply means that
Control the crowd like Mali and Samin.
Oh,
yeah.
Talking about Malians. How about Naira Mali? Don't you guys? All the Malians. People don't want you to be your president.
Let me tell you something.
Enough, do you know
Everybody's
gonna
a
buy-
Malian, whether or not you like.
Are you from
I'm
Mali?
just saying.
Let's break it down.
Actually,
our fathers and our mothers listen to Bob Marley. We're listening to Naira Marley.
Exactly, we're all Malians.
oh my god.
we have Mali babies.
But wait. But
What's
just
the
let's look at it now. You know, this Malian thing is really has really been trending. Twitter, everybody on the low key they'll just call you a Malian. So you see the kind of fans or crowds already pulling. So now, if he comes up to run for president, don't you think that?
Let me shock you. Let me shock you.
Yeah.
I watched Naira Marley's interview with Olisa, The Truth with Olisa. He said in the next 5 years he's going to become a president. I was like, president
currently Fowles is president of
SBA.
Yes, SBA. So Naira Marley has the Mali an organization. All you have to do is register with the CAC.
Yeah.
So who knows? President is
they
president.
asked him. He said the president of this country. He said, let me shock you. He said
That is how Kanye
he said
started.
he has not started singing. though.
That guy is actually that guy actually has.
Naira
For me
Marley
to say,
said-
for lack of a better way, has sense. Like plenty. Forget what you say.
Naira
So
Marley
I
said
heard.
Naira Marley said he has not started
Sound.
singing. He only
Yeah.
talks on mic and people like him already. So we should imagine what will happen when
What
he
is it
starts singing.
How can you? How can you?
Interesting. There's this person. Yeah. Still talking about celebrities that should or can actually run for presidency and all that. Like we're just looking at making fun of them and their threats, their content, their
Apart
character,
from
and all
making
that.
fun of them,
I remember.
we're making fun of them.
We're making fun of like their like what they have to offer.
But some of them are
and we're
really
looking
genuine.
at they're genuine.
Just stop saying we are making. Don't say we.
We're just weighing our options.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's really the fun. That's what I'm talking about right now. It's not like
we've seen what George Weah is doing in Liberia. He's not been doing bad. And
Exactly.
we've actually we need to move away from what's been like the traditional way of doing things.
Yeah, okay.
Let's try something peculiar.
Exactly.
So
Because I was really hoping and praying in 2015 that Doshi was going to win the governor of Anambra.
honestly, I was on his side.
Yeah,
Pete
see,
Doshi.
No,
Biola Doshi.
But
Yeah, because I listened.
you see what actually limited his chance was that Obiano was still doing very well.
Yeah,
then.
he was.
Okay.
You should try again.
Yeah, but I listened to him.
Okay.
Like he had dreams and aspirations and he had plans like everybody does, we know. But I was really hoping that he would be given a chance just to change the narrative that through election.
I think they gave him an appointment.
No, I don't think so.
They gave him
that entertainers can actually do this. Like, it makes
exactly,
sense to me.
exactly.
And it's not
We're
that
seeing,
you just call us in for the sake of clout.
we're seeing no, we're not clowning over this right now. We're seeing some people moving away from just being actors and actresses and all that, and just going into something different. Really, talking about this man right now. How do they call him? How they call Adiswa's husband? What's his name?
Banky.
Yeah, you know
He
the position.
contested.
He contested.
Yeah.
Even Nice contested.
Kate Henshaw did
Terry G contested Benue State
I don't
government.
know.
I saw his post. I didn't know if he actually picked a nomination form
Who's
from any
that?
party. Terry G for Benue State.
Why you laughing?
Gabriel Oche Amani.
Please
That's
call
his
him like
name.
that,
Amani.
Yeah.
Wow,
This
interesting
guy
name.
Just imagine that in the convoy they'll be. It's gonna be to hear that. Wow, no, you ain't back. They'll be reading paper.
But
the
Bonner enough
government
is a
party,
successful businessman.
Yeah.
So
makes
he
sense.
might
So I'm
actually
saying
do
that
well
people
with
have
the state
been
economy.
just should I say some people are just making
But being
good
myopic,
use. Exactly. No, I'm saying that some of these our artists, entertainers, exactly, they are just moving moving from away from just acting and performing to just making something serious with their life, like more like
Well, okay, you make it sound like entertainment is not serious business.
it's a serious business. I'm saying that people are moving from that level somewhat, like where the actors, the
I feel like what you're
artists.
trying to do is to tell people, okay, this is not just what we do. We also trying to make an impact on the populace.
Exactly.
We're trying to make an impact on
Exactly.
So now, if we can do this to actually, do you understand? To actually help people, this is what we want to do.
Okay, now
No, that's
side.
I feel that's how the
That's
society
the
should
good
even
side.
operate.
Exactly.
Because this gives you a
should.
platform to
This
have a whole lot of influence and followers
Yes,
to yourself. And
yes,
then we know
yes.
the genuine ones,
Yes.
what they can actually use that platform
Yeah.
to do. We know how people have influenced people with their material. You watch a movie, you change. You read books, you change your orientation.
Yeah.
You listen to music, you change the hues of the society and several other things. So I mean,
And there's something about music though. It has a way of getting to you. So
Yeah.
whether or not you do, whether or
you
not
know,
you want to hear
book you
something,
can choose to read.
yes, but music you hear it and
Like-
have you ever just stayed and you're humming it and like, where did I hear this one
Yes,
from?
yes.
But
and
you keep
just
singing over and over again.
Yeah. See, for me, you have the crowd as a celebrity. You have the crowd. You have the influence. But what is your message? Because at the end,
Content.
yes, do you understand? At the end of the day, that's what we're using to judge this person. Like, okay, I like the like his content, whatever it is he's doing. We feel this person is a deep person. We feel it's not just about entertaining you. Look at his personal life. Look at his, because all of these things come to play. They all make up the kind of person that you are. Because trust me, whether or not you like it, when somebody comes out and is like, I'm vying for this position, you look at the person's integrity. Like, you talk about integrity.
Yeah.
Now you talk about his business side, like you're talking about. You talk about like how many fights he's been in, how many scandals he's been involved in. So all of these things come to play. So at the end of the day, I know celebrities are said to live their best life, but at the end of the day, you should just know that it's more than this. Because right now, if you ask, everybody knows this is not where I want to. Okay, this is where I am right now, but I know I have a future ahead of me.
Yeah.
So being a leader or politics is not something you just wake up and say, okay, I want to jump into this. It's like a long-term plan.
Exactly.
Do you understand? It's like a long-term plan, because you don't just dream. A dream is something like, okay, you have this dream, and for it to materialize, you have to like strategically plan towards it.
Yeah.
So your whole life is the plan. It's not just, okay, I'm planning to win this election. Your whole life is the plan. You yourself, you're a content in that plan. So you have to build yourself. People should be able to trust you, because you cannot put yourself there.
I mean,
It is
basically,
people that
before
will.
you can build something, you need to first of all work on yourself.
Yeah,
sure.
because you can't pour off an empty cup.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Because
day.
leaders, they're there to serve, and then they're there to also be role models to people. So talking about your character, everything has to be put in place. Like we don't. So that's why when we're mentioning some names, we're like,
You're laughing.
Ex-
So imagine
like-
you're not gonna tell your father who is the role model. See, even if you're writing exams, who is the role model? And right now, I'm Alice. I'm just imagining what you're
oh my
thinking.
goodness.
Mentioning
that
the-
is why.
That's actually not even fair. So like,
Yeah.
that's and I tell my room, why you know teachers gonna be funny. You ask you a question, you answer it, and then they mark you wrong.
See,
Zero
I think I was in primary
Are you me?
4.
Write a composition about yourself. You write the composition, and they give you like they give you 4 over 10.
Is
But
it
it's
yourself?
myself. Are you me?
No, but that's what they are teachers. They should be there.
Your niece who is 6 and knows what's crush.
As in,
I mean.
During our days,
No, you get over it.
Yeah, sure.
You get over it.
Yeah, so I mean, we're still talking about the whole presidency thing and the
You
people that are actually going to be.
my name. Elvis for
No,
president.
no. Take it easy.
We're not sure.
We're not sure.
Yeah,
It's not
I
one
think-
that.
No.
Just a
I know
president,
we're
you
going to.
he's
We're
of
even going to get to
Nigeria
that.
or not.
No. We're mentioning president and we're comparing
Elvis
people.
is a
So
celebrity.
we should
But no,
totally.
I actually wanted to ask that question. I mean, at home, your mother used to tell you, your parents tell you, you're a star, you're a celebrity, you're this. So why can't you mention your name?
Definitely.
Do you know
Look
that
at-
question
The question, yeah. Thank you, my people. Thanks for always voting.
It's all right.
Start
I am
there.
very grateful. Yes. Now the question is, away from us, calling ourselves and pointing ourselves, can you or are you ready to actually uphold that position? Like, what do you have to offer? Like, what it takes, like, to really hold that position?
First of all, you re-empower the people's mind to actually decipher what is right and what is wrong. So at the end of the day, they'll come out and be like, you empower the institutions. We've never had a lawmaker being recalled in Nigeria before, and it is the power of the people to do that. We saw where the Kogi South people tried that with Dino Melaya. It never worked out because of so many politics around it. When I say politics, even from the scratch, you know that the recall movement was actually politically motivated, and then the political motivation played throughout the entire process. You empower the people. We keep saying democracy is the government of the people, for the people and by the people. But does that really reflect?
Yes, it really reflects.
The Karma Act has been generating a whole lot of controversy because before any bill becomes a law, it has a whole lot of process it needs to pass through. Public hearing. We all know that our public hearing attitude from this part of the world is appalling. But because of that, the lawmakers, I don't feel that they carry the people along very well. They come, canvass for votes. You don't see them again till after 4 years. Or maybe when there's a barrier, they need to come and showcase. And then they make sure that this barrier is close to the next election. They come, they start tossing money around.
No,
and then
they actually come for to inaugurate projects, and the projects never kick off.
And then they keep telling you it's not business as usual. But at the end of the day, you see all the appointments you don't see technocrats in government. You cannot see somebody who has not been involved in political activities back the political appointments and nomination. But when
you're just preaching politics and we know
what
shall you do?
No,
he's actually mentioning those sides. Like, he's trying to tell us the problem. This position of president not just being just one gender one gender position or something. So it can actually be any kind of gender. So like Elvis just finished.
She was saying she had somebody who is contesting that with me from this place already.
What?
So.
Actually, the person is that one female.
Yeah.
You don't want to know the person.
Because you pull out of the race.
I cannot pull out.
You just go
that is the biggest political mistake you ever do. It will end your political career.
Yes.
You will just ask a question or not.
I swear.
I'm not telling I can vouch for Elvis in a way.
You know what?
He's a man of his word.
For the sake of his sanity, for the sake of your belief in him, we will actually not reveal the name of the other.
No, don't reveal.
You can't reveal it.
Wait,
No,
can I
I
say
don't know what you
something?
say.
Can I
Because you're
say
giving up.
something?
You don't want to hear the
Can I
name of
say
the
something?
person.
Off your mic.
Anyway, that's not what brought you. I'm enjoying the
because she was saying if she tell me the person's name, let's make this clear now. When it comes to politics, even our honorable CEO will have to slug it out. Yeah, that's politics.
See, I believe in you. That's why I'm managing your campaign. You understand?
The good thing about our honorable CEO is not a man of politics alone. Generally, he's a humanitarian.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Everything happens with every human being.
So at the end of the day, you could just say, "My boy, go
Let
ahead."
me support you. Just go. It's time
I'm
for.
trying to make him put some money on you.
Campaign.
That's why you're asking him questions before he throw an FFK on you.
No, don't worry. If he does, it will just take 2 days and he will come and say he is sorry. Because I know my CEO doesn't have short fuse.
At all.
I would have said because I've actually been around this environment and I know what to use and what not to use. But I know that is even the same case with FFK.
You people need to stop.
So we've had the side of a man, who has given us reasons and been able to tell us why he should become president. So let's hear from the ladies. Like, Ima, you've been talking
You're
a whole
running
lot.
for
This is my
president.
You
minister
have
of
to run.
finance. This is my minister of
I
finance.
should got to be your first lady.
This is what Paul spoke about when he said the election are not ended. I already
You're
say
not
your
the winner.
congratulations.
Now when you go MK or not, you can even
No
announce
sir, no
himself
sir.
when
But this is not the government we promised the people. So calm down. Let everything be done
Are you
right.
trying to say she's not a round peg in a round hole?
Listen,
For now,
see,
she's
please.
I am not. For now, she's a square peg.
Because you know it's looking like SpongeBob. Anyway, seriously, I keep saying that I'm an advocate for female inclusion
Yeah.
to a large extent. Now, if I'm going to be selfish to put myself, I'm not going to say, okay, now if there's an opportunity, immaculate, put yourself out there. Definitely. But if there's another female that I feel would do better, because at the end of the day, is who's like the intention you have, the dream, like what you like hope to achieve. Imagine now, let me tell you, the only person that can take me out of this race is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. If she just says, "Immaculate, I want it," girl, like I'm going to put my entire,
Sorry, girl.
ladies,
Yeah, okay.
man, I'm going to put my whole weight behind. Like we're talking about ladies supporting ladies, because that's where it starts from. Until we as ladies begin to support ourselves,
Exactly.
we can like, I don't know the level of success. We're just going to be where we are
See,
right now.
it's just
So-
a female thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm
But you
sorry.
see,
I'm female, but I have to say, women have this. There's this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you see,
fiction.
like do you understand? Like
It's
you
fiction.
see a fellow female
Some people
wear
think
some,
they are in competition
or
and
wear
stuff
the
as
same,
well
maybe
too.
wear the same
Yeah.
outfit, which is a problem.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I can't wear the same thing. Or
wear-
guys who wear the same thing. You know,
start
I
fancying themselves.
don't
Are you
understand.
saying?
Welcome to the club.
What we're trying to say that most times the problem is from with the leaders. Like
Yes,
they
we
support
do
someone.
not
Yeah.
support ourselves.
But you know, to showcase whatever the person wants to showcase. Like, is she really qualified for that position? Away from supporting, let's look at that angle too.
somebody can be qualified, but she doesn't get the support that she needs.
Somehow
She won't go anywhere.
it goes beyond just you coming out to run that position, but your character actually has to be should be
qualification
yes,
entails
yes.
all of
Let
that.
me
Your
tell you what
character,
happened.
your attitude as well. Some ladies, you know how ladies can actually be very funny, or to actually have some kind of character or attitude that are really questionable. So if you come out there and want to do, okay, lady, I have to support you and all that, we have to look at that side as well.
Yeah, sure. At one point,
Everybody,
Yeah.
be you male or
Nobody's
female,
flawless.
you understand? Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
Anybody can have that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, we talked about intentions one, and when we said qualification goes way beyond educational qualifications, it goes way beyond that. So we're looking at character, we're looking at your character, we're looking at what you have to offer.
Genuine intention.
That
Your
was saying,
intention.
that's
So, but the
also
thing
it,
is,
yeah.
somebody has all of this and she comes and she does not get support. First of all, from her female
Yeah.
folks.
Folks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's solve a puzzle here.
Yeah.
We'll now talk about people not supporting themselves.
Okay.
That can be bettered by selfishness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just feel it has to be me. If it's not me, it's not correct.
Yeah.
And then
And
to,
a
envy,
to,
envy actually.
to a large extent, that's what the Nigerian political system
It's
is like.
been about.
It's so unfortunate that
Exactly.
we have to say that's
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah.
Because when the system favors you, the process is clean and it's democratic.
But when it doesn't,
favor you.
It was rigged.
yes, do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, this takes me back to what happened in 2009. In 2009, with the not too young to run thing that
Yeah.
we had Sowore, we had Kingsley Moghalu, we had Fela Durotoye, like we had young, vibrant people, intensely intelligent people
Yeah.
come out too. Then at a point they came together. Like, okay, I think Kingsley Moghalu refused to. He said it has to be him. But Fela Durotoye and Sowore, they came under one
yeah.
umbrella. Now that is them putting their personal interest aside
Aside.
and putting the nation's interest first.
yeah.
Because I know I've seen your manifesto. Because usually in politics, what it's supposed to be, every party has a manifesto.
Yeah, sure.
So you see the party's manifesto and it's in line with your dreams, like with what you hope to achieve.
Yeah.
That is why you buy their political form in the first place. That is how it ought to be. Although we know in Nigeria that is not what it is. In Nigeria it's just
What my Minister of Finance is saying.
Yeah.
Let me voice that, but she just called you low budget president.
No.
because I know
You
that
are
we
not.
don't have that kind of money.
Low budget president. I'm sorry, I have
Why are you amplifying the low budget?
Funny enough,
Yeah.
are you trying to tell me you are not in tune with what
Are
is
you
happening in
saying?
the Nigerian
No.
political terrain?
Yeah.
Our president that is sitting on the seat
Yeah.
now, his last form was bought for him by some group of people.
So how much are we contributing people of God?
even across different states,
Yeah.
when for the Kogi state, they form for him. So I don't think there's anything like low budget. To just if you have the intention, you have the mind, just like you just declared.
Yeah.
Elvis for president.
You can
2023.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can we share the grace? Is that the question, really?
So Ima just actually made her.
She just
her own-
declared, yeah.
Yeah, she declared, but she just said something very, very key and very important, that she does not want to go into that position of being the president because she had her reasons, and she definitely know she's looking at that point or that angle of content. Like, exactly, I know you have a whole lot to offer, but you don't want to.
Please do not despise my days of humble beginnings.
Yes.
Please.
Are you trying to say
No, but
that you don't want to?
she said she knows you have a whole lot to
Yes.
offer.
Yes.
I feel like you're being
The
very
lot,
sympathetic about
the
it.
lot was not enough.
You want to start.
You have
want to
an
start at the-
abundance of lots to offer.
A whole lot
It's
to offer.
high time. It's high time.
I would be willing to accept some self.
But it's high time we don't become selfish. We just look at what we really have to offer, yes, and what we actually going there for, not a whole lot of sentiments. Like, some people can actually go into that position they are in right now to just back their family members, whether they are qualified or they are not qualified, come and run this particular
Son
position.
of giving
Come and,
snow.
now that he has given
Snow.
snow, and now that he's actually planning to give you the minister of finance, you can imagine those kind of things. Like,
Our words of advice, so
imagining
whatever
this
we
over
do, we
when it
need to
comes to
put.
pass.
Whatever we do, we need to put the interest of the nation
People
first.
Thank you.
And on the nation, obviously, it's the people that make up the nation. We need to put the interest first.
You know-
So whoever is going in there, as much as I'm all for, girl power and stuff, whoever is going in there should actually go with the right intentions.
Thank you,
Be you
Minister.
male or female. Just make sure you have the
Yeah.
the people at heart.
You just clearly told us a position that you would run for, but not the presidency. Like, you're not going to. Nobody's actually
See,
against you
let me
right
tell
now.
you something.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people actually have, I'm not trying to.
Some people have to drive
Excuse-
from
no,
the back seat.
I'm just saying, no, sir. In case you are listening from anywhere, but there are some people that have, power. Their voice is very loud. They don't need to be at that top seat.
Yeah, you
to
get.
say things, but they say it and it happens.
Media aid,
Yeah, really.
I'm not talking about media aid,
surprisingly,
but I wouldn't mind.
When COVID-19 came, people were looking at the negative or everything that COVID-19 came with.
Yeah.
But from Nigeria, we've actually been clamoring for something that would just restore the factory setting. COVID-19 presented that opportunity.
It's a year I am.
I don't think we took enough advantage of it, because what I mean is, we actually need to look away from tribalism, ethnicity, religious and political leanings to be able to get it right from this country.
Yeah.
If we do that, from this country, when an appointment is being made, the first thing we look at, where is he from? Instead of looking at, is he qualified?
Okay.
And I don't know how we're going to do all of that, but if we can get all of that right, trust me.
Exactly.
When we make appointment and then we don't question the region the person is from, but we just look at if he's qualified, who the caps fit, let him wear it.
Yes, truly. So, like, in a nutshell, like, we're trying to say that in the area of presidency, like in the area of position where that calls for a serious case, like in our country, position of authority. Exactly. Thank you. It has to do with, first of all, you going there with content, with the aim of serving, like with the aim, service.
Right
Yes, should actually be right intentions. Exactly. I don't know if May was going to come up to say something more about it, but we're actually wrapping up already. It's been actually an amazing time, like having this conversation. We have looked at various angles. We brought this into celebrity side, the entertainment and everything, the music industry. Like, I feel like nobody is left out on this particular segment, on this particular program.
Can I spill a secret?
Yeah, spill it out.
Just a couple of minutes ago, I just got an SMS and someone is actually in contest with Elvis Oga, and he is actually an entertainer, and he's sad that we did not mention him. Ibu for president.
Hey!
No,
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
You came
Wait,
with your 2 cents.
Ibu does his way to without White
You
House
guys,
here.
you guys.
All right.
Okay,
You guys need to
guys,
believe in the
guys.
possible future.
Yeah, but
What are you saying? Are you saying it's impossible?
I said a possible.
Elvis, what you're looking like if you're thinking about it. What do you have to
Actually,
say
I
about the
didn't
react to that
About
situation?
Ibu.
Yes.
I don't want to
gonna-
sound like a typical Nigerian politician, but I don't see that as a contender.
I want to off the mic.
That is why I'm your campaign manager.
But let me tell you
That is not a
something.
trend.
Let me tell you something. You see, no. Mr. May 11 to everybody that has actually been on this race, I've actually known Elvis from the day he came to this. In fact, from the day he sat on this seat. The only thing that's I'm just thinking about right now is the fact that my brother, Mr. Elvis, he's representing not just a man with words, but a man of faith and possibility, like positivity. Like that is everything that's actually representing right now, because everything he kept saying is that no way, there's nobody contending with this position, and there's no way.
Can we wave our hands now? Can we wave our hands? It's about to turn into a crusade.
Crusade. Stand your. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
See, you're not going to.
You have a crusade.
No, in the bottom, can we look at it at the angle of, you know, you not giving up or relenting, like in the position you're actually sure of and what you have to really offer.
We have an example. The incumbent president contested
4 times.
and lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost
And then
3 times.
won.
But this is what we want in our governance today.
This is what we want.
Yes, this is what we want.
This is what we want.
On a lighter note, yeah.
This is what we
But on a lighter note, we might actually laugh and joke about it, but really, we're seeing a man that is not, you know, being shaken by the wind or the wind.
He's not just a human giraffe. I mean, but he extends his neck. He sees the future. He sees the future. He knows.
All right. In 2 words. Just wrap it up. Like what last words from you guys. Right? Wrap it up. Like let's start with you. Like in a nutshell. Yes, 2 words. 2 words. 2 words. 2 sentences. Or anyhow it is. Two words.
Good. Bye.
Thank you. 2 words, man.
2 sentences, please.
2 words.
Sir.
Jojo, you try.
2 words, Ima.
2 words.
Love and light.
That's 3 words. So I actually put, today is Friday actually, and Friday comes with a whole lot of vibes. So
Game
Friday
show.
comes with game show. So I just put you guys on the game show. 2 words now.
And they fail. I'm the only one I want.
Oh no, did it fail? Okay, so Jojo,
failed
you
now.
try.
Jojo, you
Put
try.
your, game show right now. We've got my winner today. M is actually the winner. All right, TGIF comes a whole lot of vibes, and today has been such an amazing time. We've switched it over from the whole the usual way of actually doing this right now, and this can only get better right here on African Patriot Radio. To everyone that's actually been logged on the program since the noon, like we just want to say thank you and shout out to every single person. African Patriot Radio only gets hotter and better and better. This is a weekend, guys. I was going to ask you guys, what are you going to do on your weekend? I mean, our time is already up right now. What are you going to do on your weekend? Like,
What are we going to do with our Sunday?
Our
Sunday, because
tomorrow we can actually start today.
I'm just clearing it. Just know we have
Elvis.
No,
Sorry.
I have a political meeting to attend.
Yeah, so it's the time I've been trying to. Yeah, we need to prep for it.
But we ate con together. Can't we call this a conference right now?
Alright, that's our con amongst friends.
All right. So from us and from everyone, from the crew, from the studio manager, from our boss himself, me 11, from every single person we're saying, thank you so much, all of you, and keep it locked, keep listening to African Patriot Radio. Tomorrow we'll be back with another segment, Bump It or Jump It, a week in the news.